Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to tackle something super interesting, how you can analyze companies just like a Wall Street pro, all by using the playbook from an absolute investing legend, Peter Lynch. Let's dive right in.
So we're kicking things off with this powerful idea from Peter Lynch himself. He was convinced that your everyday life, what you see, where you shop, the products you use, gives you this secret edge, a real advantage that the pros stuck in their offices often totally miss.
And this, right here, just perfectly captures that difference. On the left, that's the world of Wall Street. It's dense, it's complex, it's buried in jargon. But on the right, that's where the real story can start for you. A story you actually know, a product you love. The best opportunities are often hiding in plain sight.
Lynch has this great story to really drive the point home. It's about a couple, Henrietta and Houndstooth. So Henrietta's at the mall and sees this new store, The Limited, is just packed with shoppers. She's seeing a fantastic business with her own two eyes. Meanwhile, her husband, Houndstooth, he's off chasing some complicated whisper stock tip for a company he knows absolutely nothing about. He completely missed the obvious winner right in front of him, a mistake that cost him a potential 100-bagger. That's an investment that could have returned 100 times his money.
Okay, so the big question is, how do you actually turn what you see every day into a smart investment idea? Well, the good news is you don't need a fancy finance degree. Lynch gave us all a simple but really powerful toolkit for how to think about companies.
What's so brilliant is how Lynch broke companies down into categories. See, he had this genius idea that you can't just treat every stock the same. Is it a stalwart, one of those reliable giants? Or maybe a turnaround, a cool comeback story? Or, and this is the exciting one, is it a fast grower, a small, aggressive company with absolutely explosive potential? These are the ones he said could become 10-baggers, those rare investments that can grow 10 times over or even more. Knowing the category tells you exactly what kind of story you should be looking for.
All right, theory is great, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. We're going to take this playbook and apply it to a real company, Plaza Indonesia, using its 2013 annual report. We're going to look at it completely through the eyes of Peter Lynch.
Okay, so first things first, before we even think about touching the numbers, let's get to know the business as a real, physical thing. This isn't just some ticker symbol on a screen, it's a place. This right here is the Plaza office tower in Jakarta, a beautiful, premium office building and one of their key assets. And it's not just the office tower. They also own and run the Grand Hyatt Jakarta, a 5-star hotel right there in the complex. You can see how these are pretty simple businesses to understand, right? You rent office space, you rent hotel rooms. No quantum physics here. And then, of course, you have the shopping center itself. This is where you could do your own Henrietta investigation. You could literally walk through here, see which stores and restaurants are busy, and get a real gut feeling for the business on the ground, way before you ever open a spreadsheet. Okay, so now we get it. We understand what they own, what they do. Now we can crack open that annual report and start looking for the story inside the numbers, all using that simple Lynch lens. In this right here, this is the absolute heart of the entire Peter Lynch philosophy. He said that stock prices sooner or later will always follow a company's earnings. You can forget all the daily noise and drama of the market. It all boils down to one simple, crucial question. Is this company making more money this year than it did last year? So, what did we find for their office tower? Well, check this out. The 2013 report shows its revenue shot up by almost 24%. That is a huge leap in just 1 year. And the story behind that number is simple. The building was practically full with a 97% occupancy rate. More tenants equals more money. Simple as that.
And this chart just lays it all out, crystal clear. You can literally see that jump in revenue. The numbers are confirming the story we hope to find. This is a really healthy, in-demand property that's doing great.
And the good news doesn't stop there. The story is pretty much the same for their hotel business. Revenue for the Grand Hyatt was up a very solid 9%. So again, we're seeing this positive momentum, this growth in earnings across their big businesses.
And this is exactly why the Lynch method is such a game changer for regular folks. I mean, look at the stuff on the left. That's the kind of language you find buried in an annual report. It's designed to be confusing. But Lynch's method helps you slice right through all that noise to ask the simple, powerful question on the right. That is what actually matters.
He even gave us a super handy tool to deal with valuation, which can be really intimidating. It's the PE ratio. And Lynch's rule of thumb was just beautiful in its simplicity. A fairly priced company should have a PE ratio that's about the same as its growth rate. So if a company is growing at 15% a year, its PE should be around 15. If it's way higher, like 30, you might be overpaying. It's just a quick sanity check before you jump in. And this really brings it all home. The single biggest takeaway is this: you have to be careful not to fall in love with a great story that has no real numbers to back it up. That's what Lynch called a whisper stock. Remember Houndstooth and his hot tip? It was all story, no substance. The proof, always, is in the earnings.
All right, so let's wrap all this up. What does this really mean for you? How can you actually start using this way of thinking?
Look, the whole point of digging into Plaza Indonesia wasn't to give you a stock tip. Not at all. It's about showing you a method. It proves that you can use your own real-world experience, look for businesses that are easy to understand, and then just focus on the one thing that truly drives the stock price: earnings. It's how you cut through all the noise and start thinking for yourself.
So now, it's over to you. The challenge is to start looking around your own world with these new eyes. Peter Lynch's biggest idea was that the next great investment, that next potential 10-bagger, might be a company you already know, a business you already understand, a product you see every single day. The only question is, are you paying attention?